everybody, this is Shawn Powell. This is going to be probably titled for Press One Cash. I do Press One Cash, Access Elite Power Lead Systems. I've used Udemy now for over 3 years. I've still made good money in all of them. Y'all, I've got a lot of different videos. If you're interested in Press One Cash, you need to go subscribe to my channel and look at any of those videos. I put a presentation showing brand new people coming in just about daily, $200 sales and this and that. This is going to be something entirely different. Today's May 2nd, and no matter if you're in Press One Cash or not, if you do online business or if you're just curious about it, I want you to listen to what I've got to say, because I've been doing online business now for May 7th will be 4 years that I've been doing nothing but online business. And I actually came into online business the last week of October of 2014, and I can tell y'all that, I was like anybody else from day one. I didn't know what I was doing. I was excited. I'd done restaurants for 26 years, y'all. I'm 46 years old now, but 26 years of my life, more than half my life was me being the big guy in charge of a restaurant. And for many of those hours, I was working 60 to 90 plus hours a week. I had a couple of weeks I know good and well if I'd known how many hours I worked, I probably wouldn't have shown up, to be honest. And me doing online business was not even really a thought in my mind. I was like a lot of people. When I think online business, originally I think I thought of Amway, or something I think a lot of people do from their childhood, if they're as old as I am. And my dad did Amway. We could never make any money. I read some good books that made me learn to think right at an early age. But until I had my little boy, if he hadn't come along, I think I would probably always have been in restaurants. I would have been doing the hustle, and I'd seen a couple things happen in my last restaurant where the owner had hired me, and I was making good money, probably more money than I deserved. And when I first went there, I thought I was going to be the guy in charge. He was going to step back, and I was just going to take it over like I did in a lot of them. And this owner didn't do that. And I learned a lot from him. This is a guy with an 8th grade education who was incredible in math. He did. I love math, but it was amazing to see somebody with 8th grade education be able to run a restaurant like he had eyes in the back of his head. And he was a millionaire. The guy, have you ever seen it? He heard before somebody with 8th grade, 9th grade education going and becoming a millionaire. That's what he was. He always worked his tail off, even as a kid, riding a bicycle to get to work. So when I took over this restaurant, or I thought I was going to take over, I was the general manager. I thought he was going to step down, and something weird happened. I got there and we were cooking on the back line, and I was like, wow, this dude is really good. He was 15 years older than me. Actually, he's younger than I am now when we first started working together, because I worked there for 13 years and had another 4 years since then. It's been 17 years since I first met this man right here. And the man had a lot of character, but we were working on the back line together, and I noticed he was capable of basically running the store without even looking behind him. Just about, he knew what was going on, stayed in everybody's mess. He was just really, really good. And instead of stepping away, he stayed there. I was working 60 some hours a week. And when I got there in the morning time, he was there. When I left in the evening time, he was still there. The man was married to his restaurant. And that's got a lot. He was passionate about what he did, and he was extremely good at what he did. But I'm going to tell you something, y'all. I saw something. I saw that man pay off a 15-year note on the building. So it should have been clear selling from there, right after all these months and years of making payments. Just to watch the same month that got paid, the company came in and took his franchise away from him. Now, I was supposed to have been the next in line. I'm going to tell you, I never would have ran the store better than he did. This man gave his wife, I hate to say this, but at least at that time, and he would say the same thing, his wife came second to his livelihood of this restaurant. And I saw that be snatched away from him. And I saw him there that very last day, and I couldn't leave. I couldn't quit because I was tied up in it. You see what I'm saying? I was too tied up in it to get away. So I sat back and I was like, man, they told me I was going to get the next store. They went ahead and they tore this one down. They rebuilt a big one. I went and worked at another location. And my little boy had been sick in the hospital right before then. And I came home and I was looking online business out of curiosity, y'all. I just wanted to, well, it was $11,000 worth of medical bills that happened in a very short period of time. Scroll this up here. $11,000 worth of medical bills that happened in 1 week's time. They had to run tubes down my little boy's throat, down into his stomach. It wasn't that bad. There's a lot worse cases taking place, but it was rough for me and him. I'd never been in the hospital. I was healthy as a horse, and my little boy first time really being sick. So, but when I came home, I started looking online. I hit YouTube, and I didn't find anything. About 2 weeks later, y'all, when you're watching YouTube, there's these suggestions on the right side of the page. Let me type in anything. I'll show you what I'm talking about. You look over here on the right. There's often these suggestions for different. Well, I guess down here is usually it's on the right side. I remember it being on the right back then. It had different suggestions for different things to watch. So even though I was randomly kind of putting whatever I wanted there, it popped up online business, right? And I clicked on it. I was like, this has been 2 weeks later. I forgot I'd even look for it, to be honest. I kind of settled back into everything. Didn't see a business that, really got my attention. And there was this old gentleman standing so far behind the couch. It was the couch here. I mean, it was like it was in another room. And there was this really frail, skinny guy standing behind it. And I was like, my first thought is, what is Grandpa going to talk about? This is cool. It grabbed my attention because I don't know. It just surprised me. I'd just never seen anybody do online business like this, And it wasn't anything pretty. He said a couple things that really stood out to me. One of them was, "I'll never take money from you. I'll never make money from you. You never make money from me." And I was like, "What is Grandpa doing to make money?" But he was really good with his words. I could tell he was being sincere. So I went down the rabbit hole. I clicked the link and went through. I found out what the business was. But I will tell you, I was so green, I didn't know how. I did not know how to get back to him. But I remember the name of the business, and it's a shame because I would have loved to have connected with him. I found out who he was later on, and I learned a lot from him. But I didn't know what I was doing, and I looked up the name of the business, and I found somebody else that I thought he was real professional went underneath him, right? So that's basically how online business started for me. I laid in bed after watching that business presentation. Wasn't even a good business, y'all. Not really. It wasn't powerful or anything. We've seen a whole lot better. But I laid in bed and my gears were turning. They wouldn't stop. I was like, I might can figure this out. And I love figuring things out. That's one thing that God's always gave me is the ability when I become passionate about something, I get good about it. That's how I always was with art. That's how I was with motorcycles, motocross. I got in restaurants. I was always the best cook in all the restaurants, that I was in. And even as a kid, I started at such an early age, and I've just always been really good at whatever I became passionate about. Online business got to where I couldn't sleep. And I was working a lot of hours, and I would come home, and I wanted my first sponsor to contact me. I was not scared of losing money myself. I was scared of putting people in and them getting hurt. So I really had a lot of questions. And y'all, I'm going to tell you, I took a notebook and I had taken over 30 pages of notes because everything was green to me. Everything, right? So I took notes about the business. I knew the business inside and out. I took notes about my sponsor because if you wanted to know what someone's doing, just watch. You ain't got to listen to them, y'all. They wanted to get seen. You can follow their path. You can see what they did to make it. My sponsor got free from a job in 2 years. Now, I didn't like it at that time. I didn't know better, but he'd already moved on to a different business. I just happened to connect because of the fact that I was impressed with what he had created. He'd done something right for that business. So I signed up, right? I wanted him to contact me because for 2 weeks, I couldn't get him to give me a call. And to be honest, I was a little mad about it. I think I went in the Facebook group and he was calling him out for it. I was like, blah, blah, blah. I didn't really get that he would go to somewhere else. I didn't understand, why would anybody go to a different business? This one was so great. At least that's what I thought, right? So I had everything in my mind, and it was built up, and it was burning my belly so bad that I wanted to hit the ground running right then. But I wasn't going to do it because I wanted to ask the questions and make sure it was legit. So again, me being green. Now I know a lot of people, you might be like that, but that's how I was. So finally, after 2 weeks, he finally gave me a call. I think I blew his mind that I knew so much about the business and had not even signed up yet. I'm talking about inside and out, how to get out to people, certain things like that. Studied him. I told him I'd seen certain things he had done. I was questioning. He couldn't believe I figured out all this stuff on my own. But I was passionate about something. When I realized it was real and legit, I didn't have a sponsor because he'd really moved on at that time. I hit the ground running so hard that the excitement and enthusiasm was out the roof. I mean, it's just no stopping it. And I made other people that came in this business look like they were standing still. And I didn't know anything about Facebook, y'all. I was not a Facebook person at all, right? So I'll get to the point of this little thing right here in just a second. I just want you to catch on to where I was at, y'all. So I was a lot like a lot of people. I was passionate about something, right? So my idea of Facebook would be me and my little boy going to Myrtle Beach, 40-some-year-old man, with a single man with my little boy full time, working 60 hours a week in a restaurant. I'm not spending my days looking up people that I went to school with on Facebook. I just wasn't, you know. But when I got in online business, I realized that Facebook is an ocean of people that I could connect with. And I used that. Now, I focused it one way of getting out to people. A guy named Tim Chisanis. I was like number 7 on the leaderboard for this new business. And a guy named Tim Chisanis had reached out to me a couple of times. So I reached out to him, and he told me a couple of things. Focus it one way of getting out to people, and I want you to master that one way. And I added at the end over a period of time, and know that you're not going to quit. Not just say I'm not going to quit. When you really know you're not going to quit. It's different. It's not the same as saying I'm not going to quit. When you know you're not going to quit. It's like when you're saying, I know I'm in love. It's there. It's there, And I didn't mind making a fool of myself or screwing up. And I had a couple leaders saw me screw up. And I didn't have to worry about them, what they thought, because to be honest, I kicked my own tail. Worse than anything they would have ever done or said. So it didn't matter. But a lot of y'all, I'm getting close to where I'm at right here now. People getting over their hang-ups. That's really what online business is about. Don't you think about it, y'all? Okay. I'm entirely blind in my right eye. I easily could have said, nope, I'm not going to make videos. And that may have been it for me right then and there. I would still be working nonstop in a restaurant, give out somewhere right now with no end in sight, just like I did for 26 years. But I had something in my stomach that was going to go away, and it was eating at me with online business. Just the possibilities of no ceiling to my capabilities stayed in my head, and I had to figure it out. I got to where, don't you understand this, y'all? Because this is a lot of y'all's problem. This is what's stopping you. It ain't Press 1K. It ain't any business. No one business. This is all of them. I don't care who's listening. I got to where I wanted my business more than I gave a damn what anybody thought. That's when everything changed. And a lot of y'all don't get past that because you've got pride issues. Your Facebook is still got grandma and all the kids that you went to school with connected with you. And you don't become the Amway guy. Because in most people's mind, that's exactly what you're going to be. They don't know online business. They don't know what you know. A lot of y'all already know that these people here make more in a month than they do in a year. The people that have that Amway thoughts, right? I know that, y'all. But the thing is, anything that's keeping you from getting seen and heard, I don't care what it is. If it's your grandma's on your friends list on Facebook, You can't post on your timeline or whatever. Whatever pride issue that's keeping you from getting seen and heard is exactly what's going to keep you from making it. Now, I open this right here. I'm entirely blind in my right eye. I easily could have said, nope, I can't make videos, and that would have been it for me right then and there. I wanted my business, and I had that burn in my stomach so bad. And a lot of that came from y'all. God does things for a reason, y'all. I'm going to tell you that. Because if my sponsor would have answered right then on day one, I might not have gone where I did because I didn't have that burn in my stomach. I didn't take those 30 some pages worth of notes. I wouldn't have done it. And I needed that. I needed that for my way. That was my way of making it, y'all. My way of wanting to make it. And there was a burn in my stomach that God wasn't going to take away. And I needed that to fuel me to figure everything out. Secondly, my sponsor wasn't there. And I learned to figure things out to work for me my way. Learn to make it work for you by you applying action, and make it work for you your way is priceless. This means applying action, getting seen and getting heard, trying things, learning from it, good or bad, knowing I'm not going to quit either way, is how we make it. And every person that has made it in online business is because of that. Now, what you don't know, y'all, I'm going to read a little bit more here. I started making videos like crazy, and believe it or not, my confidence went up. Okay, I was the type of person, y'all. I never liked pictures of myself, videos, or even hear myself talk for as long as I can remember. Barely having any pictures of me at all for years because of it. I've got a decade of my life, at least, where it's like I didn't even exist. Because I didn't like me being partially blind. I didn't like my pictures. I didn't like seeing me. I remember as a kid hearing me talking. I was like, "Is that me?" I didn't like hearing me. I was like so many people, right? I'm the exact same way as anybody else was. Barely having any pictures of me at all over the years because of it. I made 130 videos in a month and a half while working 60 plus hours a week in a restaurant. Now, what was my videos? It was a $4 stand I bought from eBay. And this, well, not this phone, but a phone before this one, an S3 phone, sitting at my kitchen table. And I just let go. I told people, and they saw the excitement and the enthusiasm, right? Now listen, because I didn't know how to word it right, I didn't know how YouTube worked or anything, it didn't matter, but I was getting seen and heard to some degree. I wasn't getting many views, right? But look, I didn't make any sales for the first 30 videos, but it didn't matter. I had already accomplished good things just by sitting down and mashing record. Before long, people could sense I was being sincere and that I believed in the businesses I did. To be honest, they believed in me. I had become proud of the person that I was in those videos because even I saw someone on fire in them. And that is a beautiful thing to see in anyone. Okay, and in turn, they connected with me and joined me. That's really the trick to it all. Getting over your hang-ups. Don't you listen to this, y'all. Getting over your hang-ups. They're your hang-ups. It's not the people watching you. So if you don't want to do a video because you're scared of somebody who's going to think you're too fat or too ugly or too old or wrong color or don't speak good English or whatever, those are your hang-ups. It ain't the people watching. And I can tell y'all, I could be so big that I could barely even fit in this image right here, right? And when you first start watching me for the first minute, you might be right. They might be looking at that. But let me tell you something. Belief is a universal language. And when you let go, y'all, when you really let go, people can sense it. And they're going to connect with you. And that's what they're going to be looking for in the next video and the next one. They ain't going to see that big person no more. Or whatever, missing the ear, being blind, or whatever, y'all. You know, I can honestly count on one hand the number of people have made a comment about me being blind. And it doesn't even bother me. But I will tell you this, y'all. I would have stopped me from getting free from a job. And the last 4 years, me and my little boy being home together every day, has been priceless. I went and picked my little boy up from school yesterday, early. And we went to White Lake. And it was May 1st. We went with my girlfriend. And all three of us went there. She got a house at the beach. And I didn't expect the water to be that warm. And me and him had a ball. You know, I mean, cutting up, playing and stuff. You know, took a lot of pictures. And this morning, I went to go wake him up to go to school. And he gave me a hug and he told me that he enjoyed yesterday. And I could tell he meant it. These things, like yesterday, would not have happened with me being in online business. I'm not saying we wouldn't make time. I'm just saying yesterday, just out of the blue, me just saying, okay, let's go to White Lake. Let's go get my little boy early out of school and surprise him. That's what freedom is, y'all. I look forward to him getting out of school. He's got like 27 more days. He's keeping track of how many days of school he's still got now. Days of school, 27 days. That we go 3 months without setting an alarm clock at all. And I'm home every day to do whatever I want to do. And what has worked for me, y'all? Finding the business I believe in, sitting down in front of a computer and mash and record and letting go. That's what I do for a living. That's literally what I do for a living. People connect with me. And I keep telling y'all, if you watched any of my last videos, y'all, people join people and they need someone to connect with. And that's really what you're doing. Be sincere, be genuine, just let go. Join businesses you believe in and get over your hangups. Because y'all, I'm going to tell you, people getting over their hangups, that's really what online business is about. That's the honest truth, y'all. And what's so sad, y'all, is I see so many of y'all that you have it in you to do it. But the pride's going to be an issue. And people join people until you do that. And some of y'all are going to, I'm not knocking paid advertising. I'm just telling you, if you don't give them someone to connect with, let me tell you what's going to happen, y'all. This is the truth, and you ain't going to like this. This is reality. You're going to have some leader telling you to go buy paid advertising. You're just going to do it. You're going to brand that person that's in that sales funnel because they're not connecting with you at all. You weren't home at your house. You weren't standing at the front door of your house. They walked through your house. And what happened, y'all? You weren't there. Somebody else showed the business. Then they're going to leave and you're going to try to connect with them with nothing but email itself. And some of y'all are going to be really weak and ain't going to be doing nothing but doing a follow-up campaign of email and that's it. You're hoping to get rich with nobody knowing who you are. But see, that's the thing. People join people. Now, how are you going to have people connecting with you if they don't know who you are? And that's going to be your problem right there, y'all. And some of y'all are going to spend thousands of dollars when you see me standing right here putting in 50 people without spending a dime and have the highest ratio of qualified and paid. I've only got 2 people, y'all. 2 people out of my whole organization in the last month that did not pay. Why? Why? Because I'm giving them someone to connect with. Now, I'm showing you Press One Cash, right? Another $200 commissions all over and over and over. We had Easter. It slowed down with Easter. Y'all, it's been 1 month. 50 people is only, 30 days in April, right? So I've got more people almost averaging 2 a day. That's almost $400 a day. And if you took out Easter, to be honest, it probably would have been more than that. I was averaging 600 for a long time a day. Most of my people didn't know who I was. Most of them came from YouTube as cold, right? Now, let's go back for a second. I told you that a leader's going to be telling you to do paid advertising. You're going to be out there going to do paid advertising left and right, but they're not going to connect with anyone, right? What are they going to do? They're going to look up the name of that business, and they're going to go to YouTube. And what are they going to see, y'all? You're going to see someone like Dan. You're going to see someone like Troy. You're going to see someone like me that are going to be getting connected to these people. So initially, you were the one who got the interest to them. But what happened? They found no one to connect with. You weren't trying to be accessible. You weren't. You were just going to send them emails. Default emails was your plan. Let me shut this off. It's going to keep on going. So now you've got some idea to what people at YouTube are doing a good deal of the time. The more people that's out there doing paid advertising, there'll be so many people doing the second biggest search engine in the world is YouTube because people want to watch a video. Why? Because they want to connect with someone. And then you're going to see me sitting here, mash and record, and just letting go. And who are they going to join, y'all? The person that they had no one to connect with, that was not even at their house, and all they're sending is a few emails hoping they catch them? Or the person that's being sincere, mash and record button, and just letting go in front of them, and let them watch about 2 or 3 of my videos and see how much they connect with me. Let me show you this, y'all. I got 32%. This is engagement. 32%, 32 and 15 at Facebook, right? The number one video up here, y'all, is got 11 with a 2% engagement rate. I've got a 10% engagement rate on this one right here alone. Engagement, people connecting with me on Facebook and YouTube off of a video. I'm not telling you to do video. I'm not telling you gotta do YouTube. I'm not saying that at all, y'all. What I'm telling you to do, and this is the answer, is give them someone to connect with. Join businesses you believe in. I want you to focus at one way of getting out to people, because that's how I got free from a job in 6 months. That last week of October 2014, the May the 7th, y'all, in 5 days it'd be 4 years, y'all. May 7th of 2015, I got free from a job. That was 6 months. While working 60 some hours a week, didn't know what I was doing, with no sponsor, just had a burn in my belly, applying a crap load of action, and I didn't quit. And I focused. Everything changed. When I quit trying to do 10 different things and learn, I didn't have to know email marketing. I didn't have to know this and that. I just had to focus at this one way of getting out to people and let them connect with me and master that one way, knowing I'm not going to quit. And that's when everything changed. Everything changed. I got free from a job in 6 months, right? I've had times now I went from a dead stop, because I actually got free from a job using Facebook. I focused at Facebook first, and I did incredible. I got like 6,000, a team of 6,000, or a list of 6,000 people in like 6 months, right? But when I focused at YouTube, I didn't contact my list at all. And I know that sounds crazy. I was making 13,000 plus a month in the first 90 days of a brand new business, and all I did was YouTube and nothing else, and just free, getting out to people, and I just made it a routine, letting go, getting seen, getting heard, not scripting anything, just like this video. And how many people are going to connect with me on this video, y'all? Think about that. I'm giving you the answers, and it's not hard. It's really not hard. All right, y'all. I'm going to end this video. Again, I'm going to call this Press One Cash training, making sure people get to connect with you. I've got so many presentations for Press One Cash. If you just go to my YouTube channel, y'all, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. My channel, yeah, I got my channel right here. Go to videos, and you will see a lot of Press One Cash videos right here. It's pretty awesome. I got 2 more subscribers in like an hour. And you'll see me doing presentations, and you see me giving reviews, and you see me just sitting here and I'm letting go and learn from what I'm doing. Y'all, here's a big tip. You can learn more from a leader by watching what they do than what they say. That's the honest truth. Because remember, for them to make it, I don't care who you're talking about, y'all. I don't care who it is. If you know them and you know they made it, how do you know them? They branded themselves. And if you want to do what they're doing, you want to be where they want to be at, you got to do the things they're doing and watch what they're doing. You can learn the path that they took to get there. That's how you do it. All right, y'all, I'm going to end this video. If you are interested in Press One Cash, I'm going to tell you to give me a call. My phone number is down below. It's right here. Making unlimited $200 commissions. Like I said, last week was Easter. My little boy was out of school the whole week. I was slack. I only made, let's see, I made 1 video, and then it goes back to last week right here. So, me being slow is a little bit my own fault, but that's okay. We had a lot of fun. Little boy's old enough that we still have the Easter bunny coming to see our house. We rescued 4 kittens, and so I had to block them out because they were usually crawling. I got scratches all over my legs and stuff like that. So it's just enjoying. The thing is, when I pay all my bills off, y'all, I made $40,000 in 30 days in one of the businesses my first month in a one-up system, just like Press One Cash. Is a one-up, the first one goes up. And I was able to pay my house off, pay everything off, y'all. Every bill I got is like $1,100. It takes so much stress off of you. You ain't got to worry about anything, y'all. My girlfriend, she makes pretty good money what she does, but she works a decent amount of hours, and it changes all the time. But just like yesterday, you're just like, hey, let's go to White Lake. Bam, let's go. We're up and gone. Stuff like that could never happen, ever, in restaurants. And it just feels so good to get free. I'll never go back. All right, y'all. If you need anything, let me know. Let me know you're ready to get in Press One Cash. I put your first member in for you. So give me a contact or call. Check out my other videos, and just let me know. Subscribe to my channel. I make videos like this all of the time, and I look for you in the next video. Appreciate it.